Hi everybody, it's a 2-for-1 special. So, I didn't really want to do the first video, then I thought of an idea and I did it, and I feel good. Now I want to do another one. So I want to start off by doing a poll, something I wanted to do. I think I might do this every 3 to 5 videos, if I can think of something. This poll is kind of just something personal, personal preference. I don't know if it's an INTP thing or what, but I have this like for reoccurring modularity. I'll show you what I mean. I don't know how to do screenshots, so this is from Minecraft. See how all the cubes, they're in order, but they just keep repeating. I don't know why, but I like that. Same thing with like Metroid Prime Echoes. Any of you have ever played that by chance? Sanctuary Fortress or whatever it was called. They had all the cubes flying around and they were in kind of a patternish grid. I thought that was cool, maybe just because it seems techie. So how many of you guys like that? Comment, and specifically for like INTP guys. I only have one friend that's an INTP, and he said he didn't particularly care for it, so maybe it's just a preference. But it reminds me of something else, and that is the way the brain is made. You know, you have all these neurons, and they're like not necessarily in a cube pattern, but they all are all over the place and they connect. And one, that's cool. That's how we think. That's how we're made. But I also find that it's cool because that's how I think a lot. What I mean is, so some people have a very linear thought process. So they think, the sun's out, so it's warm, so the snow's gonna melt, so you know, this. Versus me, I can take something, some bit of information, maybe it doesn't make sense, maybe it's not even really important, but I take that information, I store it away, and then I can make a connection with something else that has nothing to do with it, at least so it seems at first. But then I keep adding, and pretty soon I have a pretty darn good picture of something. Something I'm really good at. I think there's 7 kinds of genius. If I were to be one, I would call it spatial. I'm very good at picturing things, how they are put together, how they're made, and it's kind of a blessing. Like, if I know how something works, I have a pretty good idea of how it's made. If I know how something's made, I have a pretty good idea of how it works or what it does, and if I have no prior knowledge of it. Try to think of an example for you guys. It's kind of hard to think of something right on the spot though, you know. I find that it helps with memory too. My previous video, back in like elementary school, part of the test was memory. And you would have like these pictures that you had to remember, like a pair of pictures, like a belt and a wagon, and I would find these connections that made sense to me. If I said them, they'd sound kind of stupid, like, okay, so the belt, you gotta wrap that around the handle and then you pull it, so you pull the wagon belt, and I basically got all of them right by doing it that way. I thought it was pretty cool. So, yeah, I've done that a lot in my life, and it helps with a lot of other things too, like remembering what people say. I'm really good at figuring out if somebody's a liar, not like an F-type where they feel like, oh, I know you're up to something. Not like that. Like, at first you say something, okay, I'll let it go, but then you start contradicting yourself, knowing it or not, it's like I remember, and it adds up, and something doesn't make sense. Something is conflicting, and I can figure it out pretty quick. I'm not saying everybody's a liar. They're necessarily trying to lie to me, but you know, that kind of stuff. So that's cool. Repeating modularity, how the brain's made, memory. Shalom.